Welcome back, everybody. Squad's night in. This is our 5th time recording this. So you're in for a jam-packed episode of We Didn't Rehearse This Topic. So
we are gonna wing it.
Your boy Jaime with the
Fact of the week.
Fact of the week.
I mean, this is truly winging it.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to stick with the same fun fact. It's going to be animal related. The panda does not have a thumb, but a elongated wrist bone.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Isn't that new and exciting? It's not like we haven't heard that fact already.
So
I'm completely surprised.
To give you guys some background on what's happened, we've recorded this same episode about 4 times now. And each time, for some reason, the audio is just getting messed up. I feel like it's just this particular topic also.
So we ain't talking about
So
it anymore.
We're just not going to talk about this topic.
It's cursed.
And we're just going to move on to something else.
It was a really good topic, guys. I'm sorry, but that topic's cursed. We're not talking about it.
We're not even going to mention.
Yeah, we
it's over.
can't talk
Give it
about
up. Give it up. It's over.
You won't even get a hint of what it was about. Maybe we'll release it in the future as like a forbidden episode, and you'll get to hear the crappy version of it, and it'll be like a blooper or something.
It'll be like, we'll put out like, it'll be like a treasure map. Like, you have to go through, you have to figure out where it's located.
You're going to have to jump through hoops to get through it. Should we put out the one where the first half sounds good and the second half is whack?
Like, we're going to make a secret YouTube account. You're going to have to, we're going to put clues out.
You have to like make the YouTube URL, finding the clues.
We'll
say like a letter every episode. You're gonna have to figure it out.
There'll be a prize at the end.
The first letter
will mail you a prize.
is H.
Yeah.
For HTTP : / I just gave out so many first letters. Okay,
let's get into our
let's think
random
about a topic.
Kahil, didn't you say you had finals this week at SBC?
Oh, man.
You finished your final or something like that?
Yeah, well,
calculus?
I do have finals coming up, so we can talk about just finals in general.
I got finals coming up too.
I remember first starting out in college, and we had already been conditioned at Lakewood that you had your midterms, like your the midterms, and you had your finals. So like I was already pretty conditioned for it, but like I was just convinced that like finals and midterms in college would just be the death of me. And so I'm at SPC, and I maybe have had like 3 finals like ever. And it just so happens that like in this crappy government class that I'm having to take, because like I've not been a good student. So I'm finally taking government, and I'll be done after this semester. And so we have a final coming up on Monday. But here, listen to this. This is the funny part. Like, I just finished Calc 3, and like we don't even have a final for Calc 3.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like all of my I had 1 in-class test, and like 4 of them were take-home tests.
Yeah.
And like it's literally been like the best class. I feel like I've learned the most from it, and I feel like I performed very great. And there's not even a final for it. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of weird to me that like I'm not complaining, but like it's just kind of weird that there's no final for my Calc 3 class, but like for this dumb government class that like I care nothing about, that there's this big final, and it's probably worth a bunch, a big % of our grade. I haven't studied for it, but I'll just go wing it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, finals usually aren't bad, but there was this couple semesters ago. I don't know why. I like pushing myself, right? But sometimes I get way too overconfident. So this semester I had taken like 9 classes, and I was working a part-time job.
My gosh.
And it was fine up until like 3 weeks before finals. Everything just went. It was chaos. I called my job. I told them, it was over. I'm going on seasonal next 3 weeks. Like, don't call me. Don't delete my number. Like, I'm not coming in. And
you want to fire me? Fire me.
I had to be doing like not only studying for finals, because like they were intense classes. Like they weren't just the first ones you start off. So like I had to do work, but I also had to study. So like literally I was getting up at like 6 a.m, and I was just going to class, and I was studying in between, and like I was at SPC till 8 p.m.
Right.
You know, and I'd get home and I'd study. I'd like drink some coffee.
Oh my
I'd go to
gosh.
sleep at like 1, and then like that was just the straight 3 weeks. It was hell.
So you're like, so are you like the like? There's people like me that just like kind of like, all right, well, if I don't know it by now, like it's over. Usually, like I know it, and that's why I have that mentality. But like, there's people like me, and then there's people that just like go overboard. Like I
had to do it, you know, and it ended up going pretty well.
I'm happy to hear that. I think like for me.
Worst.
I feel like Josh is probably also in the same boat. Like, but for me, like I feel like all that. Like any extra preparing is just like a waste of time. Like it's probably gonna hurt my understanding of the topic more than anything. Like like I don't know. But like maybe I'm just trying to justify the fact that I'm like really lazy and like I pick up on things quick. So like usually I'm okay. Like if I think I'm gonna like not do well on a final, I'll like study a little bit. Like I'll do the bare minimum that I think I need to like get an A on that final. You know what I mean? And but like I can't put in all that effort and time. Like that's not for me, man.
Well, it's like for me, it was like most of my classes I had like an 85%. So it was either like I was gonna get an A or I was gonna get a C, and like and I had like 2 labs, so like I had to like write my lab notebook because I had been putting that off. So like I was writing, I think I had like wrote like 50 pages of just like it was so horrible.
Right.
But I mean like.
I do remember, there being a time where, like, you were just going ham on your work, and, like, you were basically inaccessible, like, during that entire
I just,
time.
Like, deleted all Messenger.
Like, it was pretty crazy.
Facebook
I was like, what is he doing? And then, like, we didn't hang out or anything, like, nothing. It was like, man, I gotta do this homework, like.
It's just like it's a trade-off for me because like I feel like I'm not as like a sponge like I feel as both of you guys are. Like I feel like but I have to just work a little harder.
Right.
But Josh is real good at memorizing.
You should see his face right now. You should see his face.
Dog, I'm freaking pro at procrastination and like remembering things like short term. Like they don't stick with me long term, but I can remember real good short term.
You know, this is what's so funny about our friendship and our friendship dynamic between the three of us. I feel like on that spectrum, like we're at 3 different points. Like you're like. I think you procrastinate a little bit, but like you're gonna, I don't know, you're gonna do all your work, you're gonna be diligent about it, but like I'm gonna be that person that like pushes it off to the last minute, and I'm gonna feel like at the last minute, like right before I do it, I'm gonna be pissed, and I'm gonna feel super guilty about it, and I feel like Josh just doesn't care. Like I feel like he's just like, well, we're at it again, boys.
Like I literally like the last day, like my last Chem class, my Chem 2 class. My professor was like, okay, so your chem test is going to be the national chemistry like certification exam. And I was like, oh crap, I didn't study for this at all. This is going to be rough. So I went online and I was looking at all like the test quizzes and I did a couple problems. And then like halfway through, I was just like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I was like, I either pass or I fail. Like, this ain't going to help me.
You know, but like also like I'm really bad about it because like so I'm good at math. Math is my thing, and so like the problem is like if I ever tried to there go the birds again. So if I ever try to like practice like doing like certain math problems like I start like I'll do like the easy ones first. And, like, I'm like, this is beneath me. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, I'm literally doing these problems in my head. Like, and then, like, it'll come to the test. And, like, there'll always be that one problem that gets me. Like, I'm not perfect. But there'll always be that one problem that I just didn't get to because, like, I did the easy ones first. And I was like, this is beneath me. Like, this is a waste of time. Like, I'm doing this crap in my head. And then, like, I just didn't get to the hard problem yet. And so, like, there's these things, like, there's that problem on the test that I actually have to think about. And, like, also, like, you probably relate to me on that aspect. Like, I love doing math. And, like, you don't like doing math. But, like, I love doing math. And, like, I don't mind doing the work. But, like, as soon as I have to write something down, it's a major, like, inconvenience. Like, I'll have a quiz to do. And, like, I'll be doing the problems in my head. I'll be going along. And then like as soon as I get to that one hard problem where I actually have to start thinking and I actually have to start writing stuff down, I'm like, man, I'll finish this when it's due. And so like instead of getting my work done early, it's like I'm waiting until like 11 o'clock when it's due at 11:59, and like I still got like 3 really hard problems to go. I'm on that end of the spectrum as well, though.
You know, I've procrastinated sometimes, like not too often, but like sometimes, like I had to write a paper, and like it was due like the class started at like 7.
Papers are the worst,
and I was in the library at 6:30, like just
oh my god,
with on the keyboard, just,
oh my god,
going ham, and I literally turned that essay in, and it was hot. Like, and like the teacher was like, "Hot off the press, huh?" I'm like, "Yes, ma'am."
You know it. Like, okay, so it's funny that you bring that up because I'll never forget. So at SBC in Comp 2, that is so great. So for Comp 2, we had a semester-long research paper that we had to do, and it was due at the end of the semester. And he gave us all this time to do it. And knowing me, well, like it was so funny too because like in the beginning of the semester, he's like, there's always that one student that comes in here and goofs off during the time that I give you to do your paper. Don't be that student.
Yeah.
Because they never finish their paper.
Yeah.
And like when they do, it's crap. So just use this time that I'm giving you in class to do your paper and whatever. And so like I was that student that was like, you know what, this is a big waste of time. Like I'm just gonna like be on like YouTube and stuff. And so what happened was, the night before the paper was due, I stayed up until 3 a.m.
Oh man,
trying to finish the paper. And so what happened was, I didn't finish the paper at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So I had to wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, if I can just get a couple hours of sleep,
Yeah.
like I know I can wake up early and finish this and it'll be perfect. And so I woke up at 5 a.m. and I finished it.
Yeah.
And like I literally, the class, it was an 8 a.m. class.
Yeah.
I thought like I'm like any other college student that was like pretty new to it and like thinks that they can do an 8 a.m. class, and you know.
Yeah,
if you
can't.
like, there's that meme out there.
I've taken one and I never did it again.
Yeah, there's that meme out there, and it's so true. Like we're saying this from experience. You think you can take an 8 a.m. class. You think you can take it.
Yeah,
I'm here to tell you, we can all speak from experience.
It's not
here.
going to happen.
You cannot do an 8 a.m. class. Okay, so I woke up at 5 a.m. to finish the paper. I literally limped into class because I was so tired. My eyes were burning. And like, I was like, here goes the paper, man. I gotta be on that paper.
Yeah.
And it was probably the worst paper I've ever written in my life. And I'm not proud of it. To this day, that is probably my biggest disappointment. But I finished it. I survived. Barely.
Shout out to all the teachers who don't get finals.
Right.
I like projects better than like final projects.
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you get like it's like a group thing and you get stuck with a group who doesn't want to do anything.
Oh my gosh.
Like that's literally happening to me right now, and it's like
Oh,
an
man.
art project.
Yeah.
And I'm in this group for this art project, and literally the other kids, I literally asked them. All they had to do was write like a couple sentences for the script, and it was like I gave them like 2 days in advance. No one did anything. And then like the deadline was like came up, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything. And 2 days passed again, and they still didn't write anything for the script. And I'm like, you know what? I just gotta write this fucking script. Nothing's gonna happen. We're gonna get like.
Did you throw them under the bus?
No, I didn't.
Dang.
It's just like, oh my god, like they're pretty cool. It's
You know,
just
that's the
they're very
double-edged sword.
lazy. Like, they
yeah,
don't
that's
do
the
anything.
double-edged sword. So, like, I know I've talked a lot about, like, Calc 3 and, like, how much I thought it was, like, an awesome class. But there was this one test we had. It was a take-home test. But one problem we had to do in class, because it was a team problem.
Yeah.
And so we got into teams, and he made this shape out of something. And we had to, you know, measure it and find the volume and surface area of it. And it was complicated. It was engineering stuff, basically. And like, I guess, like, I was, like, the de facto leader of the team. Like,
Yeah.
like, and it sucked.
It
But,
does
like, you know, being the president of the math club and all these things, like, people expect things out of me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help it. And so,
can't.
I just can't
You
help
just
it.
can't.
And so what happened was like so I'm explaining to them like how to do the problem and stuff, and I'm like, all right. And so he set up like an email thing for us to like communicate with each other. I kid you not, we got the test on Thursday, and it was due on that Tuesday when he got back.
Yeah.
I kid you not, we had the entire weekend to communicate. I sent out the first email the night we got the test. I sent out the email. I said, okay, so I measured this out and I did this. I got the vectors. I did this. And if I'm wrong, or if you guys are on the same track, send me an email back. And like, I literally didn't get an email. Like, I might have gotten one email like a few days later saying, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happens.
But like, I don't want. Like, I don't need to hear that it sounds good.
Is,
like, I need to.
Is like I've literally gotten to the point where I'm tired of being like the leader of the group.
Yeah.
So I'm like that guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm in this group
It
for
happens.
this one class, and dude, it feels so good just to be that guy.
Yeah.
Who just like. Everybody else makes a plan, and they're like, does that sound good, everybody? And you just put in the chat, yep. Or, sure, okay, that's fine. And
Yeah.
I'm just,
Okay,
it's like,
and so what happened was, so we came like on the day of the test, and like it's Calc 3, and like I'm like, hey, so how do you guys think you did on the test? And like the guy was like, yeah, man, I didn't even finish it. I'm like, dude, we had the entire weekend. He's like, yeah, man, I was just second guessing myself the entire time. And so basically he looked at my answers on my test and he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. Can I like copy this? And I was like,
No.
what the I was like, I can give you the team problem. I don't think so. I can give you the team problem. But and so like we all got together in our group, in our team, and like one person in our team immediately fell asleep. Like as soon as like we started like finishing things up, immediately fell asleep. And so like the teacher was like, all right, you guys can finish this. You have until the end of the class period. You can just turn it in whenever, because we finished class early. And me and the guy who like didn't finish the test, I was like, all right, we're going to go to the study area and we're going to finish this problem. I said it loud enough so that everybody in the team could hear. I was like, and so the dude who was like sleeping didn't like even come with us to finish the problem, right?
Yeah.
And so 2 hours later, I know I'm kind of going on and on, but like 2 hours later,
dog.
I get an email saying, hey, are y'all still doing the team problem? I'm like, we finished that thing like 2 hours ago, dog. Like, it's over for you. And he's like, all right, well, at least before you turn it in, can you like see if you can put all our names on the paper? And I was like,
No.
I was like, dude, I'll talk to the professor, but like I already turned in my test. Like I'm not putting your name on it.
Yeah.
And so like I didn't want to be that guy that like threw him under the bus.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, like so this guy was, he was like, he wasn't really sure about whether we were turning in one paper or not. So I wanted to let you know that he at least spoke with us like about how to do the problem. So I don't know if that's worth anything, but if you could give him credit for that, I guess that'll be cool. And he's like, yeah, I gave everybody full credit. And I was like, dang, he dodged the bullet.
Yeah, it's like sometimes it's like you want to be petty, but then other times you're just like, man, I'm gonna feel real bad if I just like throw these kids under the bus.
Yeah, I didn't want to be
like,
that guy.
Everybody has that week,
like,
but
like the kids in literally the kids in my group, all they talk about is doing freaking shrooms and acid.
No,
that's like all their conversations. And then they look at me every once in a while and like he's like, hey, did you go drinking this weekend, Josh? And I'm just like, what? He's like, yeah, I was on shrooms all weekend, bro. And I'm just like, okay. He's like, okay. And then we'll just be walking. He's like, man, this is exactly how being on shrooms feels. And I'm just like, okay. Why did you need to bring that up? Like, we're filming, dog. What does this have to do with that?
Certified freaks confirmed.
I'm telling you, dog. It's so weird. Some people just, they have to make it known, All right. What are you going to do?
So
nice episode, boys.
Yeah, this is... I thought that was kind of cool. Nice little impromptu kind of like topic thing, kind of off the script.
It was nice just to be,
Yeah.
Ad lib chemistry.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts?
We're not doing this again.
We'll be more prepared
next
time. Yep, finals are coming up. Good luck on your finals, guys. Mm-hmm. Study hard or not. I'm not going to tell you what to do because I'm not a studier myself.
Yeah.
But What about you, Josh? Any final thoughts?
You know, if you're good at procrastinating, do it.
Dude,
Because honestly, it's the best feeling in the world.
I support that 100%. And we only continue to procrastinate because we are successful at doing it. So
if you can't do it right, don't do it.
Yeah,
because
don't
it's literally a
screw yourself.
double. Like sometimes, like I really have to gauge really hard
Right.
if I'm able to procrastinate on some things. But you really have to have a good gauge. Like if you're struggling to like finish an essay within like
Alex
a
Morales.
couple hours,
Oh my gosh.
then like you should not be procrastinating
Right.
on that essay. Like if you don't think you can finish it, don't do it. You will honestly go insane.
Alrighty. Like usual, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell, comment some topics down below.
Yeah, you know, we love our fans.
All 5 of you.
Yeah, you know, and you know, we've had fans on the show now.
Yeah. We'll fly you guys out,
Yeah.
and you can get flued out.
Yeah.
I love that. I know it's so bad, but like I thought that was the funniest thing on the internet for a while. Yeah, you'll get flued out, flown out to our podcast
Our
and
set.
our set,
Yeah.
and you
Studio.
can see how the
Our
magic
studio
happens.
apartment.
Right? And so yeah, don't forget to comment anything down below that you'd like to hear us talk about. And until next time, this was Squads Night In.
All right.